Since we weren't able to hold it last year, we will be starting off with the 2019-2020 BHC3A Awards. Mr. Arola nominates Brandon Butler Starks for the BHC3A Award in Science 1920. Mr. Allard nominates Karsten Weidman for his excellence in beginning piano. Mr. Allard nominates Jasmine Harker for her excellence in guitar. Also, Mr. Allard nominates Sam Witt for his excellence in band. Mr. Anderson nominates Karsten Weidman and McKenna Robertson for the Freshman English Excellence Award. Mr. Beretta nominates Izzy Works for being the captain of the ship in the yearbook. Mr. Burns nominates Kodiak Stevens for his unyielding dedication. Mr. Burns nominates Karsten Weidman for being Mr. Consistency. Mr. Burns nominates Emily Terry for her outstanding effort. Ms. Farley nominates Michael Owens and Carly Arhantes for the BHC3A Award in Science 1920. And Ms. Follendorf nominates Wiley Kilgore and Emily Powell for being dedicated and continuing to learn and commit.
Ms. Follendorf nominates Sydney Hutchinson for turning into Martha Stewart in 2 months. Mr. Hudson nominates Natalie Flores for Hudson Social Studies Lifetime Achievement Award. Mr. Johnson nominated Avery Stroud for always going above and beyond, for demonstrating a love of learning, and for generally being a class act. Mr. Johnson nominated Brenna Flanagan for always going above and beyond, for demonstrating a love of learning, and for generally being a class act. Mr. Johnson nominated Xander Dotz for Woodshop Craftsman Award, presented for demonstrating commitment to a quality project, a love of learning, and for giving of themselves for the betterment of others. Ms. Kunish nominated Wiley Kilgore for Zoom Crew constant level of curiosity and desire to grow from day one, exemplary levels of respect and compassion. Ms. Kunish nominated Sydney Hutchinson for Zoom Crew conversationalist, killer, continued curiosity and desire to learn. Ms. Kunish nominated Lindsay Hampton for Zoom Crew fantastic commitment to her community and curiosity. Ms. Kunish nominated McKenna Robertson for exemplary desire and commitment to growth above and beyond standard. Ms. Kunish nominated Ethan Young for ultimate community developer in Word Language, birthday fairy extraordinaire, unique and exemplary commitment and curiosity in exploring language usage and development. Ms. Maurer nominated Annika Jody for BHC3A Award in Science. Ms. Maurer nominated Megan Johnson for BHC3A Award in Science. Ms. Maurer also nominated Caitlin Kirkman for BHC3A Award in Science. Ms. Porvich nominated Delaney Lanigan for Hustle and Heart.
Mr. Randall nominated Katie Kelly and Brenda Nava for the BHC3A Award in Math. Mr. Suter nominated Brian Noriel for the Hardest Working Award. Mr. Suter nominated Brody Kovacs for the Engine Still Running Award. Mr. Suter nominated Jesse Johnson for the Hardest Working Award in Auto 1. Mr. Swanson nominated Garrett Riley and Noelle Jeffries for the BHC3A Award in English, and Mrs. Telzinski nominated Brandon Wojcicki and Crystal Silliman for the BHC3A Award in English.
Now for this year's 2021 BHC3A Awards. Miss Maurer nominated Angela Espagel, Sophie Bauma, Briar Gibson, Ruby Rodriguez, Bennett Lavanos, Gracie Shaw, Max Hernandez, and Allison Edwards for the BHC3A Award in Science. Miss Phillips nominated Jesse Peterson for the Outstanding Ag Shop Award. Mr. Welty nominated Satali Farfan, Tiana Lane, Brianne Witt, and Brooks Davey for the Visual Art Award.
Mr. Burns nominated Chase Silva for the Excellence in Physical Education Consistency. Also, Mr. Burns nominated Jamie Sansier for the Excellence in Physical Education Dedication. Mr. Burns nominated Audrey Swanson for the excellence in physical education resilience. Mr. Burns nominated Nina Hollers for the excellence in physical education character. Mr. Burns nominated Mackenzie Carroll for the excellence in physical education character. Mr. Burns nominated Noel Jeffries for the excellence in physical education steadfastness. Mr. Randall nominated Hannah Anderson for the BHC3A Award in Math. Also, Mr. Randall nominated Ava Murphy for the BHC3A Award in Math. Mr. Welty nominated Raven Pittman for the visual art. Mr. Barnett nominated Talia Lusk for the Math Award. Mr. Barnett nominated Angela Espejel for the Math Award. Mr. Sadler nominated Tegan Serpa also for the Math Award. Mr. Sadler nominated Abby Schuler for the Math Award. Miss Gunish nominated Emily DeQuette for the World Language Perseverance and Consistent Involvement. Miss Kunish nominated Val Maya Valentine for the World Language Consistent Reach for Growth in All Outlets. Miss Kunish nominated Sithu Tan for the World Language Reliable Involvement no matter where he is, online or in class, reaching for growth daily. Miss Kunish nominated Thomas Hafschild for the World Language Award, Constant Engagement of all 50 Minions, Incredible Comprehension. And lastly, Miss Kunish also nominated Shannon O'Flynn for the World Language Award, Perseverance, Secret Artist, and Imposter Skills.
Mr. Brady nominated Tiana Lane for the World Language The Dose of Sass Going to Miss You Award. Mr. Brady also nominated Raymond Ray, Tegan Serpa, Kyle Whitsett, and Sierra Porter for the World Language Award for their positivity and dedication amid some of life's most difficult circumstances and constant persistence, participation, quick to reply, and their camera was on. Ms. Follendorf nominated Ruby Rodriguez, Abby Kilgore, and Abby Schuler for life management, always being consistent with work and having a great attitude in class, always being consistent with work and staying up on top of everything, always ready to learn new things. Ms. Follendorf also nominated Lindsay Hampton for food science and nutrition, contributing to an awesome work environment for her peers and always being productive. Ms. Follendorf also nominated Sierra Porter for careers in education, dedicated and committed to learning and being one of the most reliable students. Mr. Johnson nominated Matthew Mealing, Brandon V., Ariana Maddox, and Allison Edwards for social studies, presented for always being above and beyond, for demonstrating a love for learning, and for generally being a class act. Mr. Johnson also nominated Gavin May, Austin Blodgett, and Ben Leonard for woodshop diligence, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality.
Ms. Truman nominated J.C. Davey for an Above and Beyond in Civic Engagement Award. She also nominated Riley Doyle and Lucy Dodds for great classroom participation. Ms. Stelly nominated Dakota Stevens for an outstanding student who goes above and beyond to learn as much as possible. Mr. Oliver rewarded Angela Espejel, Reese Gonzalez, Nico Slagmarcino, and Abigail Kilgore for being always engaged, curious, and a pleasure to have in the classroom. Mr. Anderson nominated Chloe Maddox and Nina Hollers for being Freshman English Excellence Award. Matt Carroll was also nominated by Mr. Anderson for making the most of a tough drama year, as well as Lila Lucas. Ms. Telezinski nominated Gavin May for a Junior English Award, as well as Bianca Osterrock. Mr. Suter nominated Jesse Johnson for an Automotive Electronics Award.
Mr. Swanson nominated Zach Perry and Laurel Warren for the sophomore English class. Mr. Beretta nominated Luis Valdez and Christopher Long for his senior English class. Mr. Allard nominated Walker Maurer, Corlin Gibson, and Kyla Nickel for band, guitar, and piano. Mrs. Dragmanovich nominated Angela Espahel, Jamie Zaheisner, Zoe Day, Brenna Flanagan, and Olivia Parker for their fabulous freshmen, joyful seniors, and work experience extraordinary classes.
Hola, Bret Harte, Senor Brady here with the World Language Department, and we are going to present our BHC3A Awards. Starting off is Miss Kunish from last year's 2020 class.
For 2020, I have Wiley Kilgore, was one of my amazing Zoom crew members through the springtime and an incredible commitment to growing. Sydney Hutchinson was also part of our Zoom crew every week, showing up and asking questions and partaking in the conversation, as well as Lindsay Hampton, who continued to maintain that crazy 7th period and showed up to our Zoom crew, working on her conversational skills especially. So persisting in the time of difficulty and pandemania. I would like to also honor McKenna Robertson for her commitment to growth and development in the World Language Department, as well as Ethan Young, our ultimate birthday fairy, and commitment to the classroom and our community. Never seems to disappoint, always showing up with surprises. Something really unique. So cheers to my 2020 BHC3A Awards.
Way to go, guys. And for this year, leading off, a senior who never fails to give me her daily dose of sass, Tiana Lane. Also this year, for those of you who know him, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Overcoming some of life's most difficult trials and still coming through with a positive attitude and just a pleasure to have in class, and that's Ray. And the last three for being outstanding participants online, always have their video on, always participating in the chat and classroom conversations. I know I can turn to these online virtual students and they're actually gonna be there in class. And that's Kyle Whitsitt, Sierra Porter, and Tegan Serpa.
Woohoo! This year for 2020 with my students, I have a senior who has overcome and decided to continue pushing on through with Emily Duquette, overcoming certain obstacles and pushing through, really showing up, always being present on her screen, and putting herself in a challenging position and really working through our AP curriculum. I'd also like to honor Val Valentine, another one of our virtual students who has really gone the distance to do their best as an online virtual student and overcoming challenges. Another student is new to our campus. I'd like to honor C2 Toon, one of our transfer students who's also now virtual, leaving campus and going online and being just as present as he ever was. Always has his camera on, always contributing to our community and following up, making me feel like I'm in the classroom too with him. I'd also like to honor Thomas Hatfield, who has brought probably over 100 minions to our classroom in each Google Meet, some your mom jokes in Spanish somehow, and is constantly that silent but deadly individual in the mix who really gets it, and I always am pleasantly surprised with your progress, Thomas. And lastly, one of our greatest artists in the classroom, I want to say thanks to Shannon O'Flynn for continuing to push through. Your consistency with the language and understanding your material is amazing. We see you working hard and working towards improvement, and your contribution as our class artist, one of them, is fantastic. Will be one to be remembered. So,
congratulations, Bullfrogs, from the World Language Department. We'll see you later. Hasta luego.
Ciao, ciao.
Hey everybody, this is the Science Department, and we're going to give the awesome awards for last year's BHCWXYZ, I can never remember what the heck it is, and this year's, to start us off, it's Mr. Arola.
So I want to give an award to Brandon Butler Starks for Earth Science.
Woo! Hey, round it. Last year. Okay. It's for last year. Yeah. And then another freshman?
For this year or last year?
Last year.
Okay. For last year's Earth Science Award goes to Kylie Arantes.
Woo! Kylie, good job. All right. Our sophomores for last year, Annika Jody and Megan Johnson, who worked hard and did awesome in biology. All right. Our juniors, we've got Caitlin Kirkman and
Allison Edwards.
No.
Oh, Michael Owens. Sorry,
Michael Owens. Last year. Great year classes. All right, now this year, 2021. Here we go. Okay, freshmen, we've got.
Hey, freshman for this year is Angela Espahel.
Woo! And Sophie Balma. Awesome students working really hard. Okay, our sophomores are Briar Gibson and Rudy Rodriguez. Way to go, ladies. Awesome. Our juniors, we've got Gracie Shaw
and Allison Edwards in chemistry. And Bennett. You didn't tell me that.
I'm sorry.
I Bennett. Sorry, Bennett.
I called here he comes.
You're up there.
Seniors now. No.
Seniors. This one?
Now her.
Okay, now Allison Edwards.
Allison, we just want to give you. And last but certainly not least is
Max Hernandez in physics.
Woo! So you all got this award because you worked hard, you got awesome grades, and you love science, and we love you. Peace out. Woo! Yay!
If you are in school, your papers will be brought to your pond class. If you're online, come pick your papers up in the office.